Hey guys, how y'all doing? My name is Kieran and this is Fox Up RPG. So today I'm joined yet again by my buddy Matthew Tapp. So Matthew, who are you and what do you do?
I am an insane nerd that spends way too much time rolling dice and typing up weird rulings. But I'm also the creator of Bears and Borderlands, um, and I make games.
Yeah, that's an understatement. So we're going to be doing a couple things in this video, guys. So Matthew has a Kickstarter out alongside with the Emperor's Choice and Fellowship of the Thing. Basically, we are going to have a quick look at the Kickstarter page itself. Then we're going to go into character creation for this combined amazing system. And we're going to talk about what we're doing in our campaign on Matthew's server on Discord. So, I'll throw up the Kickstarter page here. Give me one sec.
Oh my
As you
god!
can see, it's not even a day. I think it's like a little over a day and a half, and it is at $20,260. So it's absolutely crazy.
It funded in an hour when we were sitting there hanging out in Discord.
I think it was actually 56 minutes.
Oh yeah, 56 minutes.
Yeah, 56, 57. Might
it
be
went
off by
so
a second
fast.
too. Yeah, it was so crazy. And again, we're at over 20,000 now.
Yeah.
But we have a quick look through at what you're going to get in this. Okay, so basically, you're going to be getting an insane amount of value for what you're paying. It's ungodly amount of content in the best possible sense. So you're going to have four reward tiers. You're going to have a PDF version. You're going to have the Arduin Trilogy box set only. You're going to have the Arduin Portal to Adventure bundle, which is going to have everything. And then you're going to have another premium one, which is going to have the Arduin Portal to Adventure bundle alongside this case you can put everything in.
Yeah,
it's a really cool display case sort of thing.
Yeah, and it's nice acrylic, high quality, and it's also UV resistant. So stop things from fading over time.
Yeah, and as you can see, guys, over 800 pages, 35 plus character classes, 65 plus character races, 130 character mutations, because you do have mutants, and in Bears and Borderlands there's mutants, and your characters can gain mutations from radiation and other things that happen in the world. You have 300 plus monsters, 250 plus spells, different critical hit and fumble tables, 90 plus critical miscast possibilities, which are a hell of a lot of fun. I love them because you can get anywhere from your character never existed and is erased from everyone's mind to you like grow an extra limb or something.
Yeah, exactly. One of them even just straight up levels you up. Yeah.
Yeah, you see, so that's the same with your mutation. The mutations aren't always bad either.
Right.
We also have 5 compatible magic systems, with 2 of them being 2 different psionics. When we're doing our character creation stuff here, we're not going to show off the magic stuff, but we will talk about it briefly and how you can use them within the games. It's simple and it's straightforward. We have different brawling rule systems, alternative dueling. If you want to have one-on-one dueling, if you want to, I challenge you to a duel, good sir, you can do that sort of stuff. 21 planes of hell, lore and gameplay stuff, so you can travel through different portals. It's called Portal Adventure because the whole idea of this is for everyone to travel from different games, play with those games, and have everything connected together. We have aliens, lasers, time travel, solo GMing stuff, 5 dungeons with 50 plus combined levels, 45 plus hex locations, gunnery rules based on bullet caliber, Lichtum mummy creation, and more, and chainmail style combat conversion tables. Oh my god!
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. I was actually going to add more things to that list, but we ran out of text space on the Kickstarter. So,
again, there's so much. I'm going to try and get through this quickly, but there's a lot here, so we get into quite a bit. But if you just want the PDFs, it's $30, and you get everything. You have the Arduin Trilogy box set, and each tier you're going to get the PDFs as well. You have Arduin Trilogy box set, which is €85. Oh, sorry, $85. I'm in Ireland. We use euro. You with your American ways.
Yeah, yeah.
So what you get in this is, do you want to let people know what they get in the box set, actually?
Yeah, you're getting the reprints of the original Arduin trilogy, which first came out in 1977. And we're doing both covers of the original one made by Errol Otis, as well as the Greg Espinoza cover that was made by, Greg Espinoza. And in that covers an entire world of David Hargrave's setting, which was a weird science fantasy setting. It had everything from orcs and swords to laser beams and aliens and space pirates. So lots of really cool stuff. And it also goes over how to run or how he ran campaigns back in the day. So there's lots of notes in there about multiple referees. He even talks about players that would leave a table, go to another referee's table with the same character. So they would just sort of progress all in the same campaign, which is how I run my campaign. And then on the Barrows and Borderlands side, you get the core game. I also, to mention, you get the Rancid Maw dungeon, which was the first dungeon David Hargrave ever designed for Arduin. And George and I, so the Emperor's Choice guys and myself, have fleshed out that dungeon, made it presentable. The item and monster cards that come in there. Both box sets come with dice as well. But in the Barrows and Borderlands set, you get the core game. Once again, it's split across 4 booklets. And it's based in original D&D, which Arduin was made originally as a supplement for OD&D. We're using it in this as a supplement for Barrows and Borderlands. You get that. You get another adventure called Dracula in Space, which I'm quite excited about.
That's going to be
Radioactive Boogaloo. Oh, dude, it's going to be awesome, man. I can't wait to kill your characters with them. But you get Radioactive Boogaloo, which adds another 88 pages of content. Tons more classes, races, solo rules. You also get the Lost Dungeons of Tonnisborg, which is one of the earliest, or the earliest, mega dungeon in D&D history. So it's 10 levels. It's a massive amount of content. It's like 150 something pages long, and
156.
Yeah, and in the back of, there's an entire chapter of the book dedicated to playing D&D before, like some 0 edition rules, and some neat little musing stuff that never actually made it into the core game. So they've got a bunch of stuff in there, even more content about dragons. And it's just really, really cool when you mix all that together with the core game. So, and we brought up earlier the magic casting and stuff. Like 2 of those styles are psychic casting. So Arduin has its own, and then Barrows and Borderlands has its own. But then the other 3 castings, you get Vancian Magic, which will feel pretty close to what some of y'all are used to. Mana points from Arduin, which are really cool. My players have been loving testing that out. And then my own Roll to Cast, which is based on chainmail with the weird magic and sort of chaos casting. We call it Violet casting. Dude, it's just tons of content. You get character sheets for all 3 games. You get maps.
Art prints.
And the maps are huge.
And
the other part of this too is people aren't like waiting on us to write anything. We're just in the middle of printing right now, cleaning things up and making it look neat so we can send it out. 2 decks of playing cards for the Swords and Dragons game as well.
Yeah, that's a game that was created for Arduin. So you can play a game within a game.
It's great for babysitters. And then that's a reference to an old commercial that Emperor's Choice Games had back in the 90s. It was really, really funny. But anyway, they, the Emperor's Choice Games and Miniatures and Griff Morgan with the Lost Dungeons of Tonnisborg and the Fellowship of the Thing, they've been awesome to work with. I mean, those guys, every single week they would call and we would talk about, okay, what else can we do to make this even cooler? Like, let's put this in there. Let's add this. And they weren't changing the price. you know, every time we added something really cool to it, we were like, nah, we just want to keep making the value of this thing even better and really give people a chance to have I think Griff put it in a good way. It's a starter kit for classic gaming, and it's a starter kit for the game of games, where there is no system to rule them all. It is, we like to play games, we like to play different games, so why not create a system that allows you to play in a multiverse of them? You know, you can use this stuff in your Shadowdark games, in your DCC games, Knave, Maze Rats. I mean, really, all this stuff can sort of be worked into all of that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I even have a whole write-up of how to use it in Shadowdark. So
yeah, so on the Barrows Borderlands website, there is a page that shows you how you can convert things for Shadowdark as well. It's very simple, straightforward. Again, with everything we're looking at today, we'll have a link in the description of the pin com where you can find the Kickstarter page, the B&B Barrows Borderlands website. Also, when we're be talking about this now in a few minutes, we're doing our character creation stuff. There will be ranges for certain races and classes and limitations. All this stuff that we're talking about is optional. If you don't want to put that in, you don't need to. But it's in here on the website as well, so you can figure it out pretty easily. Again, all this stuff will be linked. Again, the whole idea of this...
I was just going to say, that's a big point to the way that Hargrave ran his table and the way that I run mine is modularity. So you take what you want and ignore everything you don't like. You know, you want to run a more traditional setting, even though I've got rules in here for lasers and energy weapons, and Arduin has tons of stuff in there for energy weapons. Well, you don't have to use it. You know, this gives you choice of what you want to put in your campaign so that referees can really mold it the way they want. And I mean, if you really want to have all 65 plus races, I mean, he even tells you how to make a character that's a dragon in Arduin. So you could run an entire monster campaign. You could have characters that play as demons and energy beings, Amazonians, reptiles, robots, all kinds of stuff. I mean, the list kind of just keeps going because he gives you these race options and then immediately says, also, you can kind of play anything in the monster manual, and this is how you can maybe do it. So
yeah, again, it's just the value that you're getting for this is insane. And we will go over. We're going to do some character creation now in 1 second, guys, but I'm going to show off the different character sheets that you have. If you just want to play with, give me 1 second, I'll have to share.
Yeah, we wanted to give all 3 character sheets so that you had your options. You can either use the Arduin character sheets and ignore the statistics from B&B. You can do the same with B&B. And then with Lost Dungeon Tonnisborg, you know, it's original style gameplay, so you're kind of notebook and papering it, which is kind of the fun of original D&D. And then and then
this one here is the classic Arduin character sheet here, so we can see that. I'm going to bring them up now as we talk about them.
Awesome.
Oh, sorry, there it is. I thought I shared this whole time, but I didn't because I'm silly. So this is the classic Arduin character sheet.
Yeah, and we have it set up so that when it shows up in the box set, I'll actually hold up what that looks like as well. So it'll be in the box set. You'll get a few of these, and it's front and back. So it kind of rolls over to the back side. And, you know, this is based on the one that Hargrave had in his Arduin Adventures games. And it's got the really cool original art around the border and everything like that, which we kind of used in the Portal to Adventure character sheet as well when we get to that. And the Barrows and Borderlands.
Barrows and Borderlands character sheet. Again, it's going to be double-sided. You'll get character sheet for each of these things as well in the boxes.
And all these character sheets will be free to download on our websites. We're going to be putting the Portal to Adventure character sheets on all of our websites too, just so that y'all can, no matter what, you'll be able to find it, and you'll be able to download it when the Kickstarter's over. So there's no way you'll forget where those things are.
And this is the combined sheet. here.
Yeah, form fillable as well.
Yeah.
With the combined sheet, so that I know a lot of us are online players. My campaign's got like what are we up to? Like 130 people in there in the Discord, and maybe like 40 of them are consistent.
Yeah, and people have several characters as well because you do 1-to-1
So
time.
many.
So
Jacob's got like
insane.
16 now.
Yeah,
If you
he's
count-
the legendary character creator.
If you count the other worlds where he still has active characters in, I'm sure he's over 1,000.
He just creates characters for fun as well.
Dude, every
he
time
has
he
some
comes
characters
over,
in the
he's like-
game that do some crazy stuff.
He's making more tonight once we get off the stream. He came over for the game Saturday, so he's going to be rolling even more characters.
That's awesome. I'll just give everyone a quick look at some characters that I've made myself, so you can get an idea of what it's going to actually look like. So here's my character, Caesar Douglas. He's a green skull and he's a trader. He's going to be a trader/merchant. Some of this stuff, it's completely optional. If you want to put the height in or the weight in, the eye color, you don't have to. You can just say whatever it is. But like we said, this whole thing is modular. There are things, tables and charts for height and weight, and the weight can affect like your encumbrance and stuff like that. Again, the whole thing is to be modular.
Yeah. You can use the optional body type and wind up being muscular, which gives you a bonus to your strength.
Have him here skinny, -1.
When we go in and make a character here in a minute, we're going to look at the different charts you can roll on, but we're not gonna make you watch us roll to see what hair color this character has right now.
Yeah. Well, so some of the things on that chart is actually pretty cool because you can get like special, and your characters could have like Medusa-like hair, which is pretty awesome.
Split pupil eyeballs.
Yeah.
Iridescent skin. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
like when you see the ability scores here on the left corner, these are all going to be 3d6 or 4d6 drop the lowest. Depends how you guys want to play the game. And the same with mechanical ability, swim ability, and stamina. So a lot of this is going to be just 3d6 or 4d6 drop the lowest, or however way you want to go about doing this.
Yeah.
So
you can also wind, if you would like to, in Arduin Grimoire 1, you'll see that there's a character limitation chart. So in Hargrave's home game, he would have them, like for example, a human, their strength could only be between a 7 and an 18. So you'd actually roll a E12 plus 6 to get that one. Another one that's completely optional. Yeah, that's the class level. It's the level limitations, and then the next page is the the intelligence, wisdom, charisma, all the
ego, agility,
and it
all
keeps
that
going.
There.
Like that right there is a huge list of just different things that you can play. So it's massive.
And again, if you don't want to put limitations on like the amount of intelligence a creature or class can have, you don't have to. Again, the whole idea is modularity, to play the way you want to play. We're giving you the most amount of options and the idea of getting people into the game of games and going to different locations and play different games. You want to play Shadowdark with this character that you've created with Arduin, you can import them in and then have things play out with Shadowdark or AD&D or anything you can think of.
Yeah. You've seen us at our own table. We never play one game. Literally this week, we're going to be playing some OD&D variant. We're going to be playing Cloud Empress next week. Dude, we're all over the place with our games. So
in the best possible way.
Yeah. We just portal their characters to other worlds, and then when they go to a different world, we use the physics of that world, which means the game system. So we never get what's the word?
Bogged down.
Yeah, we never get bogged down, or we never get like tired of a system because we're always swapping it up. So
that's one thing I do like about what you do, and that's probably why I play so much, is like, I play once or twice a week. It's like my main game now. So, but like there's no one feels. I love to jump around. I like to play different systems, and it works. And you guys do it, and now I'm doing it with you guys, and I'm having the greatest time I've ever had playing any games. So
we're about to have a portal to the Gods of Forbidden North world because I want to play it. Dude, I got the PDF of the game, and I really want to play in it. It's pretty cool. So
we'll have
Arduin
keep things pretty strict. with how I play it. But if I talk about when I play it. If I was playing with a group, I would do things differently, but I'm just doing it for solo play to keep things progressively going forward. So we're not just, if my character dies, I'm just going to go forward anyway, instead of redoing the whole beginning. It's just for, the purpose of the video. But I think we should get into rolling some dice.
Yeah. And I'll mention too, if y'all want to see what the process of this is or follow along with us, if y'all download the Radioactive Boogaloo PDF, the PDF is always free, and it'll always be free for the Radioactive Boogaloos in the future. If you download that, on the first few pages, you'll see stuff about character creation and how it works in Portal to Adventure. So it'll walk you through the entire process. It'll tell you what saving throws you need to write down, all that stuff. So, and that's what we're going to use today.
Ability guide. Talks about casting, firearms, religion, armor class. And then it gets into, here's the list of races between everything. Like it has AG. AG is Arduin Grimoire, and that goes from 1 to 3. B and B is Barrows and Borderlands. B and R and B is Radioactive Boogaloo, which again, Radioactive Boogaloo, the thing we're looking at now, has extra stuff in it as well. And LT is Lost Dungeons of Tonnisborg.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the chart. Then we go down further, and it has the classes.
So many. And
the save and throw stuff. So what the different classes will give you. So it's all covered. And it is amazing. And it has chainmail conversion stuff in here as well.
Yeah.
But also it does have, for rolling here, you roll your intelligence, charisma, all that stuff, which we're going to do now. And it tells you what page for, if you want to add the height and weight stuff or body type, you can add that in. It tells you the exact page to go to on each different book. But yeah, this is awesome.
Chainmail conversion should be pretty good because I know Basic Expert just had his really cool Kickstarter with White Box.
Yeah.
So if y'all like the way that chainmail works, y'all can mix this stuff into that game too. We might be doing some of that at our table.
You see, everything is meant to be played.
No, exactly. Well, especially because a bunch of us backed the Basic Experts Kickstarter too, so that'll be fun.
Yeah. So, what class and race will we create first?
Well, maybe we'll go martial and go. Why don't we go barbarian with this first one? And Amazonian barbarian. We'll get a.
These are both from Arduin.
Yeah, these are both two of the new ones from. It's new old because they're from 1977, but. Very interesting. The Barbarian in Arduin feels a lot more like Fawford from Fritz Leiber's Fawford and Grey Mauser series of books. Very pulpy. So, but if we're doing Amazonian, if we're following with the Radioactive Boogaloo, the first thing we'll do is roll our ability scores down the line. So, I think for this we'll do we'll use the Hargravian character limitations and roll some weird dice for it if you're up for that.
Yeah, that's great. And again, when we're rolling these dice and if it goes over or under the limitations, we're just going to put it down to the closest rounded, number to the limitation, just for the sake of the video.
Barbarians have some specifics here. So if you see us go over or under, their ego's got to be a 13, Dex Agility 11, Strength 12, Con 14. Can't have higher than a 12 wisdom, 14 intelligence, or 16 charisma. Yeah. So let's get into it.
We'll correct that now. But anyway, do we each roll stats?
Yeah. So how about this? We'll do them in order, one at a time. But why don't you start us off with strength, which for an Amazonian would be a D10 plus 6.
Okay. There we go. Ooh. We have 6.
6. All right. So that'll be 12.
There you go.
All right. And then I'll go ahead and roll. Next up, we've got the dexterity, which is a D8 plus 8. So that's a 9 to 16 limitation range from the book. So we'll see what we get here. Ooh, I got a 3. So that means we will have ourselves an 11 dexterity.
Perfect.
Agility is up next. So the way agility works is you'll be mixing it with your dexterity. Dexterity is your hand-eye motor function, and agility is your foot motor function. So in the Radioactive Boogaloo, if y'all go download it, it'll detail at the back of the book that your Dex plus your agility plus 15 is your movement speed and feet. But we won't have to get too much into that. I just wanted to explain it a little bit. But that'll be a D6 plus 10.
D6, 13.
13, nice.
So I just want to say again, guys, we're using the limitation stuff that's in Arduin. If you want to use the Amazonian class, or Amazonian race and Barbarian class, you can do so without so, and just roll 3d6 down the line if you want. And you know, again, the idea modularity, but we're just going to do the first one as what's in Arduin.
Yep. All right.
And Constitution.
And then Constitution. So that's going to be roll that. It's a D10 plus 6. 4. All right. So we got a 10 Constitution.
Nice. Intelligence.
Intelligence. That's going to be a D10 plus 7.
Oh, nice. Get a 10.
Nice. 17 Intelligence.
I called it.
Unfortunately,
guys.
unfortunately, our Barbarian can't have more than a 14, so we're going to pop that down to a 14.
There you go.
Yep.
You see, we rolled over, but it doesn't matter. We're correcting it for the purpose of the video.
Exactly. Next up, I've got Wisdom, so we'll do a D8 plus 7. 5. Okay, so that's a 12. That's pretty good.
Yeah, stats are coming out pretty well, actually.
Yeah. Ego. Ego is your character's sense of self. They separate it from charisma and Arduin. So your ego is going to be a D10 plus 8. A lot of times that gets used in prerequisites or certain spells. So it comes up more later. It's like this is a secret tool we'll use later.
I rolled 14 for ego.
14. This dude's pretty good. Next up is charisma. They have their highest roll for the Amazonians is charisma, so it'll be a D12 plus 6. And I rolled a 1, so they have a 7 charisma. This is not a very charismatic.
They're not very articulate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then comeliness, and this is one of the optional ability scores. We're just rolling it because we got it today. This one is optional, and it's from Bears and Borderlands, but I know a lot of y'all recognize it from stuff like Empire of the Petal Throne or Unearthed Arcana. It's sort of your character's
Crusades.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll roll that one. We've got an 8, an 8 comeliness. It's not a very beautiful person. Then we've got your radiation resist. So this is how you resist the radiation that's in Barrows and Borderlands and throughout the game. There's a chart in B&B, and this will affect how likely you are to take damage and get mutated from radiation. So that's just going to be just 3d6. All right. Oh, that's iffy. Okay. This dude's going to have a rough time. All right. We've got, last up is luck. So it's also going to be 3d6. Luck is also an optional rule or an optional ability in B&B. It kind of determines mainly your chance of finding treasure, but can sometimes affect criticals as well. And I got a 10. Very average luck. And after you roll these up, the next thing would be to go fill out your modifiers that you can find in the Barrows and Borderlands book and also the Arduin Grimoire 2. We're not going to waste time filling out all the modifiers, but that's stuff like your to hit bonus, your defense bonus, if you get a bonus to your breath saving throw. It's all the additional things that add on to your character. Now, if you're using this in something like Shadowdark, that might just be your conversion to the chance to beat a difficulty for those ability scores. So that's completely up to you. Next up is your mechanical ability.
I accidentally muted myself.
You're all good. Actually, that's pretty good. Maybe that'll be the one cut. Next up, we're gonna get your mechanical ability, and I see you rolled a 6 for it.
Roll a 6.
Yeah, it's a D6 plus 4. So you got a 10 mechanical ability. That is used to use mechanical devices that your character would not normally be familiar with. Not like technological stuff, but like if you went to go grab a catapult and thought you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
And then your swimming ability will be a D8 plus 8, so a 9 to 16. This is mainly used as saving throws when you're swimming, that sort of thing, or ability checks while you're swimming.
So we rolled a 16 on that.
That's pretty good.
Avid swimmer.
Yeah. I'll also say up there the reputation stat that always starts at 1. That's from Radioactive Boogaloo. But it details your percentage chance that somebody's heard of you. So it goes up by 1 every level, and every time you do sort of like a great deed, it can go up as well. And then your magic resistance. We're not doing a caster for this, but you do have an even magic resistance, which means you get nothing as an Amazonian, so just a 0. Mm-hmm. But normally, if you did get that, it gives you a bonus to your sorcery saving throws. So, but that's it for the ability scores. There's quite a bit in this game. Like we said earlier, you can be modular. You don't have to use any of it.
If you want to just do the normal B&B stuff, roll the D6s and that's it. It's fine. If you want to go and do more Arduin focus stuff, you can do that as well. There's charts for everything. It's straightforward. Again, we're just taking our time explaining what's going on while we roll the dice and what these things mean. So
this will also be good for my players too that are going to get to hop into the Portal to Adventure and get a more advanced experience with a lot more options. But my table's probably going to wind up using everything because I'm kind of crazy. But next up, we've got your this is where we would roll our character traits if we kind of want to like roll through some of them. But they're kind of all over in Arduin Grimoire 1 and Arduin Grimoire 2 and 3. But these are things like your hair color, your height, your weight.
Yeah, your height, weight, all that stuff. Which players can put in, I want my character to have black hair. Okay, your character has black hair. If you want.
Exactly.
Again, the weight stuff is probably the one that's the most relevant to Arduin.
Weight and
your encumbrance.
Weight and body type as well.
Body type,
get either a bonus or a minus. You can wind up being quite scrawny and get a minus to one of your scores. Yeah. So,
but again, guys, this is all modular stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
This is why I like it so much.
I think we will roll the legacy. So I don't know if you want to pull it up or if you want me to just open it in my little book here, but this will determine your parents' rank and also how much money you start the game with. So that'll be interesting for this character. For you,
that's Grimoire 1.
That'll be Grimoire 3. So I don't know if you want to. Oh, you've already got it all pulled up anyway. So that'll be on page 3, or sorry, page 2.
Oh my God, it's such a big difference.
Right after Chandra, right after Chandra the Castrator. Great art. So we'll roll a D100, and based on the Amazon chart, you have the potential to be everything up to royalty as an Amazonian,
which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Will I roll this one, or do you want to roll it?
Why don't you roll it? We'll see how cool it winds up.
Okay. We got a 19.
19. Okay. Well, you're a freeholder. Yep. You're the family owns their own land. Unfortunately, however, you are usually moderately poor. So the next thing we will find out, and on the character sheet, there's a spot for your parents' rank. This is where that would go.
Yeah.
So we will go ahead and roll a 12-sided die. I'll roll that one. We'll figure out how much money they get to start with. Now, if you're doing this as a mixed game, it depends on what coin basis you want to use. So Arduin traditionally used a gold coin base game, like in original D&D. Bears and Borderlands uses a silver base. So my players will be saying that this is how many silver coins they get. Your game might want to use gold, in which case this is how many gold coins they get. but let's see. All right, as a freeholder, I rolled a 4, so you'll get to start with 8 silver pieces.
Oh no.
Yeah, not too
poor.
great. But you know, we might be able to get some nice items. The next one is the owned equipment chart. Oh, by the way, the money's gonna be on the back of the
8 silver pieces.
Oh,
We're so poor.
So poor. Next up, we're gonna roll a d20 though, and that'll tell us how much owned equipment you have, which is on page 4.
The next page down. Oh, does it rotate? Oh, I rotated.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
There you go.
A D12.
D20.
Oh, D20,
So,
sorry.
I
rolled 11.
11. Okay, so you're going to get 2 arms and armor. So what that means is you could either get like plate mail and a helmet, or you could get 2 swords or a sword and a crossbow. Traditionally, the Barbarian, which is what we're going to wind up trying to make, doesn't use anything more than crossbow level complication of weaponry. But that's up to you as well. We're not going to be.
So I just put down in the bottom right corner where it has abilities and stuff, just for a reminder. 2 arms and armor. So you're going to have to pick one or the other.
Exactly. So you can get 1 weapon and 1 piece of armor as well. Yeah. So, but next up in our little character creation, we're going to find out, is this character psychic? So
okay.
We're gonna roll a D100, and this is in Barrows and Borderlands as well.
Yeah, that's going to be on the psychic and sorcery page towards the end, I think.
Yes, it will.
So they're definitely not psychic. They rolled a 20.
We're not even going to bother adding up their intelligence, wisdom, and charisma bonuses for that.
Yeah. So how that works is you roll a D100, and then you're going to get so many points for every point over a certain amount in your intelligence and wisdom.
And
basically, if your character gets around 100 or so, I believe your character is psychic.
If they get over 100, so you get 101 or more. And it winds up being kind of neat if you are a wild psychic in B&B. You're not as powerful as the psychic class, but you get a couple little abilities there. All right.
Yeah.
Next up is your birth sign. So this is also from B&B. Your birth sign it gives you a bonus to 1 thing in Barrows and Borderlands. That might mean you are actually, like, if you were a spellcaster and you got, I think it's the moth, I can't remember, but there's one of them that actually gives you spells when you level up, when normally you don't get spells when you level up in my game.
You get spells per level up. You can get stuff like a plus on the critical hit bonuses, critical hit tables, missile fire tables, all that stuff. It's all there.
It's pretty fun.
Or you can get like increased armor class, melee damage. It's all here.
Here, I'll roll this one. We'll see. See how it goes. 15. What do we got on there? That is the
star.
Yeah. So
radiation resistance.
That will be great since we rolled 1 so low.
Yeah. Sign.
Star.
Or resistance. +1. It's +1, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that will basically change our radiation from an 8 to a 9.
Yep.
There you go.
And then lastly will be your origin skills. We're not going to roll that for this character either, but we can show it off. It's on the next page.
It works very simple. You're going to roll a D100. And depending what you get, 1 to 35, you're going to roll 1 from set 1. 36 to 60, roll 1 from set 1 and 2. The next one will be 1 from each of the 3 sets. And then 81 to 90, 2 from set 1 and 2, and 1 from set 3. 91 to 95, you're talking about 3 from set 1 and 2 from set 2 and 3. And then the last one is 4 from set 1 and 3 from the other 2 sets. And this is just going to help with some.
I've had a couple people ask me, and at least the way that I normally run it in my game and the way it's supposed to be worded in there is like for when you get the up to 90, where it's 3 from set 1 and then 2 from sets 2 and 3. That means a total of 5. So not Yeah, so it doesn't mean you're going to wind up with 7 different things, but and these are just skills that your character is good at. It doesn't mean they'll automatically succeed at them, but it might mean that in some situations. Like if you're a jeweler, chances are you're going to have an easy time finding out what piece of jewelry or gemstone is. So,
or if you're a cook, you're less likely to get food poisoning from your cooking.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and that right there is it for sort of the social roles that we have to make and the appearance roles. Next up is picking the class. So we already know that we want this guy or this lady to be a barbarian. She's an Amazonian. So we'll just put barbarian in the class. We're not going to make y'all wait while we type in everything the barbarian gets. I'll just kind of do like a brief overview of the Arduinian barbarian, which is quite different.
Is awesome. It's
pretty cool. So barbarians in Arduin, they hate technology. They're vulnerable to magic. They do get a bonus to saving throws versus fear effects. They also get some interesting things like a 50% chance to drop any missile weapon and charge into melee.
That's awesome.
They also, and that does not count if they're fighting undead, since barbarians are always superstitious. So when they're fighting an undead, they actually get percentage chances to like run away, get minuses to their attacks because they're just scared of them. They don't like magic. They also get an ability to berserk. So that gives them a bonus to their attacks and a minus to their defense for a round per level that they are. It also, barbarians of first level have a 60% chance of unwillingly going into a berserk.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's interesting. And that's not like a once per day thing. They can do that every combat, but once per combat. They also get a couple thief skills. So they're able to move silently. They're able to do to hear, smell better than the average person and climb walls and stuff. They're quite interesting. And I like that it really lends itself more to that Fawford and Grey Mouser barbarian, where Fawford would sneak on rooftops and stuff. And, you know, he's a quiet man. He's very smart when it came to that.
He's not screaming and howling, I'm going to kill everybody.
Exactly. But what we will go ahead and write down are the barbarians' saving throws, and we'll roll their hit points. So we'll start with the hit points first. So as a barbarian, your prime requisite is obviously strength. And let me see here. We also know that your hit points, what'd you get for your constitution there? 10? Your hit points are going to be they're going to be unmodified. So
we're not a very strong, hefty, hit point heavy barbarian.
Exactly. You do get a D8 for your hit point roll, and you have a minimum of 6. So so if you roll lower than a 6, it'll default to it.
We got an A.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, you got something good. Yes.
until you get critically hit and instantly paralyzed.
Then, like, you get her. Oh, John.
Poor John. Yeah, by the way, John, if you're listening, I'm so sorry. His character just broke his spine and instantly got paralyzed. That's one of the new critical hit things from Arduin.
It was so funny.
It was very funny. They quickly rushed him to the nearest necromancer because there isn't a hospital nearby. I don't know how that necromancer is going to feel about that. That's all up to Jacob because that's his character. So our campaign runs a bit like an MMO. Pretty much the players run the world and the economy and all that. So, but anyway, your saving throws. Exactly. Your saving throws here, you've got a +2 to all saving throws, and your base saving throw will be a 16. So some of your modifiers from your ability scores might modify that further. And in the other section, you can go ahead and write that your character is, you can get a +2 and write fear in there if it'll fit. But they also get a +2 to fear, an additional +2 to any saving throw to do with fear. So
there you go. and a base of 16. This is going to be found in Electric Boogaloo.
Yep.
Or Radioactive Boogaloo.
Yes. So that's on page 10 and 11 in Radioactive Boogaloo. It has the base saving throw
for Portal to Adventure.
Yep. And there's some new saving throw values in there, like stoning, which is separate from paralysis. They've got, disintegrate, death, poison, polymorph, a bunch of things. But we also, now that we know what class we are, I don't think we have any alignment restrictions. We can go back to Arduin Grimoire 1 and go to page 13 and roll our character's alignment, because that's a really cool system in Arduin.
Nearly there. That's 11, 12, 13. Rotate. There we go. Do you want to roll this one?
Sure, we'll roll this one. So you'll notice there's more than 3, there's more than 5, and there's more than 9. So, and
this is the way I like my alignment charts. It just has more depth to the games. I think it gives, as you can see. There's some extra stuff here, but don't worry, we'll talk about it now in 1 second.
So I got a 45. So that means this character is marginally lawful. Marginally lawful, which means those that are losing faith in the system. So they're still a law-abiding citizen per se, even though this is a barbarian, but they're losing faith in it. They don't trust the government. And these guys are kind of wishy-washy. So that gets into another cool
interesting stats across it. Yeah,
exactly. That gets into something interesting here, which is the factors. So these are really, really interesting. They allow you to, if you're not unsure of what your character would do in those situations, such as killing, lying, how tolerant they may be, loyalty, and cruelty, this will tell you the percentage chance that they will do that thing. It'll also, if, like, let's say that Fox here had to go to the bathroom during a game, the referee could roll that to make decisions for the character and it not just be GM fiat. They're actually just rolling based on your alignment. And, what you just wrote down there for you, marginally lawful, you have a 50% chance to kill. You've got a 25% chance to lie, a 50% chance to be tolerant, a 75% chance to be loyal, and a 20% chance to be cruel. And then if you get to, they've got other alignments on there that are quite different, like amoral and amoral evil, which I think has one of the most fun descriptions, which is they only do they only do what is best for themselves, but it's better if it hurts others or if it screws up others. Yeah. So it's just so funny.
Another cool thing about this is you can use this for your NPCs, so you don't have to.
Yes.
Okay, my NPC is, I don't know, let's roll it up. There we go. You know, on the spot, and you can find out they're a really good guy, or maybe they're a bad guy. So if you just have in the world a random cleric, you can find out if they're going to be a good cleric or a bad cleric without having to decide in the spot. The dice do it for you, and there you go.
We also have to roll a 10% or a D100 because you have a 10% chance of being insane.
Oh,
so that's on the bottom of the chart there.
I see you right there.
Why don't you roll this one? If you get a 10 or less, your character will be insane, which means they're cuckoo, plain and simple.
I love how it says it right there. Cuckoo, plain and simple.
Exactly.
Okay, guys. Let's hope for an interesting outcome.
Yeah, exactly.
We got an 89.
89. You are not insane, but that can be kind of interesting if you were marginally lawful yet insane. But
and again, these are great for NPCs. It just takes the weight off the GM judge way more. Just a simple table, 2 seconds. You know what the character's personality is.
Exactly, and using these charts and also the ones in Barrows and Borderlands, you could do a completely randomized character if you wanted to. Like if you want to roll up on the spot pre-made characters for your game sessions or anything like that, you don't have to sit there and make that many decisions. You're just rolling random characters and see what they get. Speaking of random, we have our next little thing that your characters get in. This is from Arduin as well, but this is to roll for your special class ability. So this is based on your class type. There's a chart for like fighting types, magic types, religious types, thieving types. And these are, they go from a small bonus all the way to being quite wild, like being the offspring of giants and sired by demons.
This is awesome.
This was Hargrave's way of making everybody very unique. There's nobody that's the same at the table. So you could have a table of all fighting men in this game, and all of them have different birth signs, races, social classes, and now special abilities that make them even more unique in their class alone. So
your fighting man is not just a fighting man.
Exactly. And as a barbarian, we will use the fighting type table to roll on. So why don't you
There is
roll...
types for different ones. There's warriors, there's mages ones, I think there's thieves ones, clerics. It's all in there. So
also technos.
Yeah,
there's one in there for technos and such. So we'll talk about them later.
Yeah. I rolled a D100. So I got a 58.
58. So on that list,
those three with rapiers and a -2 with all other weapons. So we are barbarian that use rapiers.
Yeah, you're definitely using rapiers. Minus to all other weapons. So we know exactly what your first arms and armor is going to be.
2 rapiers.
Exactly.
I'm just going to put it down here in the special ability section like I did with the 2 arm stuff.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
+3 rapiers. And -2 with all other weapons.
Exactly.
That is hilarious. We're like a super sophisticated barbarian.
It's kind of wild. So the next up, we've got that written down. We've got your class picked. Obviously, we could fill out your class abilities and any other modifiers that might come from your race and your stats. But that's all stuff that I think most of us are like, okay, they don't want to see us typing all that up. But if you were a psychic, the next step would be picking out your psychic disciplines. If you were a spellcaster, it'd be picking out your spells, thief skill, your deity if you're a cleric, that sort of thing. And you also take note of your guild fees in the game, because most characters need to be members of a guild. It's normally on Arduin Grimoire 3, page 27. We won't get into that right now, especially if we're a barbarian. Chances are she's not in a guild, but she could be. Maybe she's in a fighting guild. There. So
guild
there's
fees.
the guild fees.
Yeah, it comes down to here. So
pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. There's something in here for everybody. Again, this is all modular, guys.
Oh yeah.
You can make it as straightforward as you want. If you don't want to have 1 or 2 things in it, don't put it in.
And at this point, you're buying equipment. Maybe you use the multiversal trading company inside of Arduin to pick out gear, and then name them and enter the portal to adventure. So,
there you go, guys.
Yeah, it's not hard. I mean, it's a lot of tables, but it's all modular. You don't have to worry too much about writing too much of a backstory, because some of this stuff is kind of implied already. They've got the birth sign of the star. They have freeholder parents. She's an Amazonian, so barbaric woman from who knows where, and she also
carries 2 rapiers.
Yeah, 2 rapiers with a +3.
She wants to be more higher in class than what she is. She's compensating.
You know what? That fits into Fawford and Grey Mouser even more too. Fawford always was obsessed with civilized people.
It was meant to be.
Exactly.
But yeah, guys, like we when we were doing this, we're talking about what things mean. We were using the Arduin tables. Again, if you just want to use the normal B&B 3D6 down the line, you can do that for all these like ability scores as well. Again, modularity is the whole idea behind everything, which is why I love all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
And your game could be different than our game.
You could go the simplest route and use like the one of just the core classes, or even the classes that are in Lost Dungeons of Tonnisborg, if you want them all to have the pre D&D feel to them. You can use those classes that are in there, and then if you just want to stop there and give them a special ability, or maybe you just want to use the height and weight charts for them, it's all over the place. Use Shadowdark and give your characters more special abilities and see how it changes the game.
That's gonna be fun. I know a lot of people who would want to do that, even within our Discord.
Oh, dude!
Your Discord. I'm sorry.
I run them all at the same table, so I mean, we get kind of weird situations sometimes, but I boil the entirety of D&D down to just percentage chances, and then try and remember what all y'all are playing. But did you want to make another character?
Yeah, I think we can make another character, and we can do more of the B&B type rolling stats out.
Yeah,
like the 3d6 down the line, so we can show how quick that actually works.
Why don't we use the B&B character sheet and show? I mean, if you wanted, you could just I don't know if you've got the form fillable one on there, but
I have it here. Give me one sec.
Awesome. Because we could show you don't even have to go as far as using all the optional ability scores. You can just start with that, and we're going to use an Arduin class with a B&B race, and that'd be pretty cool.
And let me share. Boink.
Exactly.
There we go. So if you want, guys, you could use the B&B character sheet, or you can still use the Portal to Adventure character sheet and still do the roll down the line as well.
I've fallen in love with the Portal to Adventure sheet, so
yeah, me too. I've done a couple of
cool.
stuff before. It's fun. So you want to use the B&B one, or do you want to keep using the?
Let's use the B&B one. Might as well show off. Like it'll still fit in here. So, you said you wanted to be a mutant.
Yeah, we could do a mutant assassin. The mutant from B&B, from Barbarian and Borderlands. We're so used to saying B&B for Barbarian and Borderlands, and the assassin class from Arduin, which is gonna be cool.
It's really funny because Ultra American TTRPGer wants us to do a bunnies and burrows game set in the Borderlands. So radioactive bunnies. So it's B&B and B&B. We've got to do it, man. It sounds like fun.
The quad bees.
Yeah, so we've got a mutant. So we'll just do. You want to do 3d6 down the line then?
Yeah.
All right. So,
yeah.
If you were using the character limitations from Arduin, I'd probably recommend doing the human or whatever your base creature is that became a mutant. Use their character limitations and then roll it. But for this, we're just going to do 3d6. Oh, that's pretty good. 12. Not as good. 9.
Yeah. So I'm just rolling this out as we do. You opened your mouth.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
We're going to get like a number 12 now.
No, this one's going to be an 18, dude.
Oh, no.
It's going to be a cleric.
No, this one's actually 15.
Okay.
It's a very wise mutant assassin.
Exactly.
That's why he's still around. But he's not charismatic, which you do not expect from an assassin. He doesn't deal with the ways of communication by vocally saying what they are. And mutants don't have the radiation resistance. They're like immune. Is that right? Or is that
That's
Green Skull?
Green Skulls.
Yeah, that's Green Skull. So we got a 15 on that anyway.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not bad. And I'm going to pull up the notes for Assassin as well. But while I'm doing that, we can also note that as a mutant, or I don't know if you might want to say this part since you got it pulled up on your screen.
Yeah, so mutants are really interesting because when you create a mutant character, you're going to then roll on a mutation table. Now, there's going to be more than one mutation table, but we have the one, I think it's in, is it in the radioactive one?
It's in Min and Mutant, and then there's also one in Radioactive Boogaloo.
Yeah, so there's one in Radioactive Boogaloo, and there's one in Men and Mutants, which is in the normal Barrows and Borderlands book. So I have it here. Do you want to use the one from the normal book, or do you want to use the radioactive one?
Let's use the rate. Let's use the new one. It's got 130 mutations, so we can see how crazy it'll get.
There we go.
Mutagenesis.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a D1000.
So how do we roll this?
So you're gonna roll 3 D10s, one for the first number, one for the second number, one for the final number.
Okay, that makes sense. Let me grab another D10. They're all different color as well, so that's handy.
Nice.
So I can tell what's what. So we have a 3, a 6, and a 1.
3, 6, and a 1. So 361. Let's see what you get.
Heightened dexterity. Increased maximum dexterity skill by 1.
Okay. So that one's a pretty basic mutation.
Yep.
Now, don't forget we're gonna roll a certain amount of. Pull up your. I've got all the books.
We begin with 2 mutations.
Right. So let's see what. It is. Mutant gets a roll 1. So the gammas get the multiple. So mutant race, you get a bonus to your dexterity. Now, some of these other mutations, if we want to take a peek at them, we can pull out some.
Yeah, I'll read out what some of them are. You can have wings, so you can fly at 90 feet a turn for up to 30 minutes per day. May not wear normal armor, and you have a +2 reaction from birds. You can grow horns. You can charge for 2d6 damage after 20 feet of movement. And that's another thing in Barrows and Borderlands. You have different types of actions you can take in combat, and one of them is charge. So you can charge with this, and you do 2d6 damage, and you get a reaction from horned animals if they see you. You have a carapace. You have an AC of 4, so you have natural armor. So maybe you're like a mutated bug man sort of looking creature. What else? You can have a beak, multi-legged. You gain an extra set of legs, double movement speed, and carrying capacity. Phasing, you move phase through solid walls and objects once per day. This is a great way if you want to rob things. So if you were a mutant, a mutant assassin, that's perfect.
Yeah, if you were a mutant assassin, that one would be pretty good.
Yeah, you use that to get out.
Exactly. You also, as a mutant, you do get a bonus to your Constitution of 1, but a minus to your Charisma of 1. So
+1 to Constitution, that makes us a 3 on the Constitution, and Charisma -1, yeah?
Yeah, so that's also another 9. It was 9 anyway. So, once again, at this point, we'd fill out your modifiers and fill them in those slots. You'll see, too, they're listed on there. But next up for you, we've got your good old... we're not going to use the height, weight, and charts stuff. But we will go ahead and do your legacy and wealth. Might as well do that again.
Sure. So
that's in Arduin 3, page 2.
Yeah, 3. Yeah. And the lady who likes to cut things off.
Oh yeah.
But,
Chandra the castrator.
She's pretty, but not that pretty.
A lot of the art too. Something really neat to note is that we were able to go in and get originals of the Arduin grimoires, because at a certain point Hargrave decided to start Xeroxing, either him or whoever he was getting help with printing it, and so Dave and George were able to find stuff like the original plates and stuff like that from the original printings. So it's really cool, really high quality art in this thing. But we got another D12 roll.
Yep, and we got a 9.
9, that's pretty good. So, we actually, before we do that, we've got to see what the what their parents' rank was on the page previous.
Oh yeah.
We'll
But
keep
we have a
that
9 for that one.
Yeah.
Parents ranked D100.
So D100, and as a mutant, you'll just follow whatever the core race is, which would be human, more than likely.
Yeah, we got a 29, so
29.
not very good. Yeah, they
Yeah,
are a commoner.
Commoner. It's better than a freeholder.
Yeah.
So, commoner.
Yeah, and then we got a, was it 9? Yep.
Yep.
On the roll, commoner.
Average.
So we have 30 pieces.
Oh, well to do.
Oh, no, sorry, that's well to do. So we have...
No, that was right.
Yeah.
That was right.
Yeah, 30. Oh, wow.
So you are a
well to
do commoner.
Yeah, we can actually buy things. Well, some things.
Some things.
Yeah, we can get like a nice weapon or armor.
Exactly. Next up, we can look at I know we want to be an assassin. Oh, yeah, your owned equipment. Let's see what you got here.
Equipment, yeah.
So D20.
D20, and that's a 9 from me.
All right, so that's 2 arms and armor again. So.
Oh my god.
That's funny.
2 slash.
All right. And then from your class, I can kind of go over a little bit of what the assassin does. They're pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Game. So, the assassins are in Arduin, a subclass of the martial artist, and the martial artist is kind of wild in Arduin. Honestly, it feels like a Guy Sensei from Naruto, because they've got some abilities in there that are like Dance of the Death Ribbon is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I won't even go into that one. It's just wild. But
there's some interesting stuff.
Let's just say it's like unlocking the 8th gate and going to town. But
yeah, I'll show it here now. There we go.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the assassin, but the assassin uses the skills of the martial artist.
Yep. So
the chart here.
So you get to choose 3 weapon types, and you get to get +3 with your primary weapon, +2 with your secondary, and +1 with your tertiary. So you get bonuses to certain weapons that you use in the game. In addition, you can acquire skills in non-weapon striking, poisons, traps, quote unquote natural causes is what's written in there. And yeah, exactly. For each of those abilities learned, though, you'll lose one of your primary weapon attacks. Okay. So you may be able to choose
a way to balance things out.
Exactly. You might get a +3 with your throwing knives, a +2 with garrots, and know how to make poisons. So it's sort of the choice of it all.
Yeah.
He also puts another option in there to just have one primary weapon with a +5 to attack, forgoing everything else. And it's pretty neat. So you can either be like a really excellent assassin, jump up behind them, and then he's got another weapon in there about using your hands and feet attack like a martial artist to be an assassin, almost like a ninja. And then it has a whole
different ways to play the assassin and what type of assassin you want to be. It's almost like creating a subclass of the subclass, because the assassin is a subclass of martial artist.
Yep,
that's pretty cool.
And he's got a few classes in there that are pretty neat, and a few of them too that you'll see and you could play the way they are, or you could see flipping something as simple as like their alignment, and they're completely different in how they function in the game. And he also notes on there that like assassins usually have like a secret identity when you make one, and so it's a dual character type.
Yeah,
you only gain experience as an assassin by making hits and assassinating things. There are a bunch of classes in here that only gain experience by certain things. Now, it also brings up that the assassin classes usually only kill by contract, and that they make sure that there are legal grounds for the assassination. So Arduin has an entire table in the books that talks about the legal system of Arduin, when it's legal for an assassination to take place, and what those sort of things would be like if there's a murder, like a murderer on the loose, and they've hired an assassin to hunt down the murderer.
Yeah, this also works really well with the way that your campaign works as well, because this would be great for like Patreon level play. You have like your Assassin's Guild somewhere, or a subsection of the Thieves Guild, and you hire assassins, and that assassin can be another player, because you do 1-to-1 time. So maybe your main character is time locked, so you have a patron within like the Thieves Guild who's an assassin, and then other characters can hire that assassin to go out and do assassinations, or you can get your ass assassinated.
Exactly. You also notice something in there.
So cool.
If you scroll down, you'll notice this class goes up to 100th level, extends to the next page. All of Arduin goes to 100th level. And it's the same scale as original D&D. So that means it's going to take you just as long to get from levels 1 to 10 as it does in Bears and Borderlands. It just extends the game. So Bears and Borderlands has some rules for going past 10th level. And
we have them in
leveling up further on. It's in B1, Men of Mutants in there. It's also in the errata document on the website. So y'all can get that for free as well. It is in Men of Mutants. And
that makes sense.
Let's see.
There we go. It literally right and staring in my face the whole time. So that's beyond 10th level. Yeah,
and it gives you a little recommendations on how to do that. Radioactive Boogaloo does add to this list because it tells you how that functions with some of the other classes that only exist in Radioactive Boogaloo. But yeah, it keeps the game moving. And we recommend if you're going to do the Portal to Adventure, if you're going to do the Portal to Adventure, we recommend using this hit point system more than likely as far as advancement if you're going to use all these classes at the same table. It keeps the game sort of connected amongst character types. And, you know, there's alternate rulings all throughout the book. But you'll see, too, they've got, you know, thief skills, martial arts skills, such as they can eventually unlock like absolute deflection to deflect missiles and such, cat senses, defying.
And these are going to be found on the martial artist chart. So because they share some of them.
And you gotta remember, this whole Kickstarter is over 800 pages of stuff.
That's another thing, because those 800 pages does not include the reprint and the alternate covers. So that's not counting the alternate covers.
No, so not at all.
It's just the actual things that show up once. Everything that's there. So if you counted the alternate content, so if you counted the alternate cover of the Grimoire 1, you're talking about another 100 pages on top of that.
Yeah, so it'll be another 900
brand new stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a lot, guys. It's again $145 for the whole set.
Yeah,
a steal.
It is a bit of, it's like I think it's 52% off retail when you do it.
Yeah, I couldn't believe
the coolest part. I mean, I have fun bragging about that because that was all George, Dave, and Griff. Because I'm not as experienced as they are when it comes to running Kickstarters, and they were like, you know, we could put this higher and it would work, but we're not going to, because the whole point was to make this. We didn't want it to be unobtainium. You know, that was a big deal for us. I know $145 is a lot of money, but what you get for that money is 3 entire game systems. So, and over 15 dungeon levels. So, and there's also new content in the dungeons as well. Like in Dracula in Space, there are laser swords and an entire page devoted to those. I know you don't have that one up here yet, but that PDF is done. It's in the printing process right now.
Yeah.
So,
and that's going to be fun. You're going to torture people with that.
I am so excited for that dungeon, man. I don't think any of y'all are going to survive it. It's meant for levels 5 through 8, but I might have been lying when I put that on the cover.
Everyone must bring I was joking. It's like gonna be like a 6-level funnel.
A 6-level funnel. That's a great way
Yeah,
of putting it too. I see you put the saving throws in there. Filling it out. They get bonuses to death, device, breath, and sorcery. Yeah, all that's in there as well. And the way saving throws work in B&B, we kind of standardize it across the 3 systems. It's a D20 roll, and you're trying to roll over that base save, and you get to add a bonus to that D20 based on the saving throw bonus you have.
Yeah.
So, and you'll also notice
super straightforward. The other day I created just a Barrows and Borderlands character on a video, and you see I go through the whole process, and it took me 15 minutes while explaining what everything was, just using Barrows and Borderlands. So it does not take any time at all.
Yeah. It's really, I think the thing that takes the most time is just filling it out. It's your typing speed that determines how fast it goes.
Yeah.
So,
and again, we're explaining what we're doing and what things mean and stuff like that,
Oh yeah.
So
it'll always take longer when we're explaining it.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, do we want to roll their special ability? See what they get for the.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So that would be another D100 roll. And it's an AG1. I'll just have the chart in my hand if you just want to roll it like this.
Yeah.
Let's see.
37.
37 for assassins. Wow. Roll twice on this table, ignoring this number, and you get a -1. You get a -1 versus all fire.
Okay, jeez. I'll put that in now.
You're going to get
-1 versus fire. And I roll an 89.
Your character is... Okay, let's roll the other one first. We'll come back to that one. Kind of interesting.
And we got a 100. I kid you not.
Okay, you were sired by a vampire father and a normal female. So you're Vampire Hunter D. You have the ability... This is awesome. You have the ability to withstand all undead life drain, so level drain abilities. And you cannot be affected by paralysis. And in fact, they will normally take you for one of their own and leave you alone. However, your charisma is subsequently never higher than a 9, which it already is. And you have an aversion to all clerical types and fire. You retreat 50% of the time to fire. And you only go out at night.
I just stopped typing because there's so much there.
We'll fill this part in later, guys. This is awesome.
Yeah.
You got night vision. Poison and venoms do half damage to you, and you naturally regenerate 1 hit point per minute.
Okay, I'm going to say something right now. I'm remembering all this. I'm going to type this out. Like, there's so much stuff to type there. But that was just from rolling 3 dice.
You could just put half vampire.
Yeah,
and then we'll know where we got. But dude, your other one that you rolled, that 89, allows you to roll twice on any table, ignoring this one. So you're gonna get 2 more special abilities.
Oh my god,
dude got dude won the lottery with this. I think you might have
to just roll. I think we should roll those 2 special abilities just for now, just for the sake of the camera and the stream. Yeah, just so you can show off what other things might come.
Yeah, this is okay. So, but you get to roll on any table. So, do you want to roll on the fighting man table, the mage table, the clerical table, which includes anything religious, another assassin table roll, or the techno normal sages, courtesans, and whatnot roll?
How about we do one on the mage and one on the techno, the courtesan roll?
So let's roll a D100 on the mage. This covers mages, illusionists, druids, alchemists, medicine men, psychics, and those of magical nature.
That's 31.
31. Sleep and charm competent. So you're going to get a +2 to saving throws that deal with sleep and charming. But you get a -3 versus dragon's breath. Your character hates fire, dude. I don't know what it is about fire.
There's like a team that's emerging from this.
Exactly. So if you want, you can just write down mage table number 31. Like I said, we'll
Yeah.
fill this in. I have a feeling you're going to play this character because this is pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
You're literally just Vampire Hunter D.
Yeah, and I rolled an 82 for the courtesan techno table.
Yeah, 82.
Yeah.
You have a natural ability to know when food and drink is poisoned. 100% accuracy.
Oh my god, he's like the best. He's like the greatest assassin ever who just hates fire. And he's a half vampire.
You're a half vampire mutant assassin.
Guys, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill out the stuff that I'm not filling out here. I'm just going to go back on the video and listen to it, this part, and write in what we said, because there was a lot to type out there. And as you were talking, I was thinking, oh, that's cool. And then I was like, what?
Yeah, it just kept going and going and going. And that's not like, that's a pretty cool one. That's not even the coolest one on there. So, but then again, you might roll that and it tell you you're good at fishing. So
yeah. And you also have to consider, since we picked a mutant and we rolled on a mutant table and we just got like +1 to
sort of a basic mutation.
Yeah, so we could have had an assassin with wings who hates fire and who's a half vampire. Like that would have been perfect.
Even Man-Bat, dude, it's awesome.
Yeah, like come on, guy, like it's so much awesome stuff in here.
He's trying to talk me into retconning his role, but I won't let him. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not doing that. I'm not like some people. But like seriously, like again, this just shows you can just take a B&B character, throw some of the charts from Arduin if you want, and you have something super interesting, or throw everything from Arduin, use the combined table, and jump into the Lost Dungeons of Tonnisborg and have a hell of a time. And then you might find some laser guns and pistols, or you don't know what you're going to get in the dungeons.
Can also, like, when I tell you the stuff in the back of Tonnisborg, like, a lot of folks, they see it and they're like, ooh, 10-level dungeon, and that's pretty cool and stuff. But if you go back in here, he has notes on running pretty much any kind of game you could think of. Benefits of lords, killing of monsters. He's got taxes and upkeep for characters in here. Movement. It expands on OD&D a lot. And it's also stuff that, like I said, never made it into the final game. Griff Morgan's also the one who made the Secrets of Blackmore documentary. So,
which is awesome.
Yeah, you talk about
I think it's a must-have for any fan.
Oh, dude, yes. Yeah, it's required watching for my players. So is his informal game channel. So I've got to have you two on together at some point. But
anytime he releases a video, I'll watch it within the first 10 minutes if I see it.
Me too. It's so good. At playing the game with him too, because I've gotten to play at his table before. It's like what are those apps? Those meditation apps? If you ever heard this one, like 20 minutes a day sort of thing. But oh my gosh,
it's a game.
You'll be in it. He'll dim the lights in the room, and all he does is he pulls out his like Holmes Basic or his OD&D books, and he'll just sit there and go, "All right, so you guys see the entrance to the dungeon." Stone, cobblestone, lots of mushrooms, and it's just all calm the entire time you're playing, and it's just the most relaxing D&D game until he's like, all right, 32 skeletons are going to come out. You're dead. You're dead. Why don't you roll a d6 for me? Dude, he's crazy when he plays, but
he is the silent assassin.
Yes, dude. I'll be up at Arnicon later this month too. That's a week from now, or less than a week.
Yeah,
I'll be there less than a week from now. So if anybody's in the Minneapolis area, Arnicon's going on October 10th through 12th. Come see me, play at my table, come meet some of the original Blackmore players and such. I wish you could come. We've got to get you over on the state side to come to one of these conventions at some point.
Yeah, I'm in Ireland. All this stuff happens in the States, obviously, but like,
I'll get a kayak. I'll get a kayak across the Atlantic to come pick you up.
You'll freeze the night.
Yes,
but it's so expensive to fly to the US, But anyway, one day
we'll get you over here. Yeah. Maybe I'll just have to come to Ireland, and we'll go on a 3-hour drive around the country.
You're like, I barely get to my parents' house in that time.
Yeah, that's
And I'm like,
actually
I'm on the other side of the country.
I do 3.5 hours, and I get to my parents' house, and I haven't left the state.
That's
So
so crazy.
yeah, we're still in South Carolina. On the map, it's like this far. If you got the map of America, it's like that much. 3-hour drive.
Yeah, that's
But
crazy.
man, we got 2 characters in really under an hour because we spent a good bit talking and hanging out at the beginning and talking about the Kickstarter.
And again, we're explaining what everything is, how modular everything is, what you can do if you want. If you don't want to add this, don't add it, add this. And we're just like taking our time doing this. Realistically, you can have a full character using the Portal to Adventure thing in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe 17 minutes, but it's like 15 minutes. And that's including using all the charts.
And you know exactly what you're playing. When you get done rolling up a Portal to Adventure character, it like Vampire Hunter D. That's your second character is what you rolled. And then the first guy you got, or the first girl you got, Amazonian Barbarian, who loves civilization. You know exactly how she's gonna act. So that's one of the parts that I like the most. Because a lot of times in games you'll roll up characters and it's like, oh, okay, I've got my character. Now I've got to come up and think about their personality, how they act, all this other stuff. And this kind of does that for you in the rolls. It takes some of the stress off of it. And there's
you're going to have all your, you know what kind of background you're coming from. You know if they have any quirks like mutations or anything like that. You're going to know what gear they're going to have from the get-go, and that can help inform how they're going to be. Like we said, we were a barbarian who uses 2 rapiers. Which I've never seen that, and that would be awesome to play with.
Yeah, dude, it's. I can imagine her being sort of like a finesse fighter, who's mimicking the fighting styles of those city dwellers and whatnot. But in reality, like she knows that she's a barbarian. She's uncivilized. She hates the technology and the magic, but she tries. So very Fawford.
Temptation.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, yeah, that was fun too. It's always fun to go through it. So
yeah, I was creating a couple before. I'll just throw them up what I made before. I think I have 2 or 3 here. Give me just half a second. Yeah, so this is the one I talked about before. My Green Skull trader. He is going to start doing stuff in our campaign. In the background, he's going to be trading and moving around the world. I also made a Fraint slaver, which is awesome. Technically, this character class I have created is not a slaver in the normal sense, because slavers have to have a cruelty level of 75. Mine has a 50. So what a lot of these character classes you can do is you can play them in different ways. Like there is with the slaver, you can play it as basically a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Like you're going to gain experience from bringing bounties in. Maybe they're going to be criminals or whatever, or someone who's wanted for whatever reason. You know, stuff like that. If you have your witch hunt, there's a witch hunter character who's basically a religious fanatic.
Solomon King.
Or you can play them as like a heretic type character.
Yeah.
You just change like this few things around on what they get benefits or drawbacks from, and that's it.
Yeah.
So
it's so much fun. And by the way, the Fraints are basically alien ants, and they're pretty
so
cool. They're so cool.
Yeah.
Each one are colored specifically what they are. So you've got like the black Fraints are like these crazy space fighters. The red Fraints are mages. They're awesome. So I feel like
I have here like so I have my Fraint here, and he's 5'8". He only weighs 100 pounds. But the Fraints are very lightweight, but they are basically giant bug people. So proportionally, their strength is very high. So he has violet eyes. So he's his giant global eyes, which are violet, and he has vipers for hair. You can do that and play that as many different ways. Like maybe they're like dreadlocks of spiders, like skeletons, just put on his head as like a crown or something. So that's what I sort of imagined.
Dude's like the Predator or something. Or IG-88 Bounty Hunter. But dude, I also really like that. Just to bring up the campaign for a bit. I mean, I've been having a lot of fun seeing all the new people join, and I wanted to bring up to some of the new folks that maybe have joined the Discord. And for those wanting to join the Discord, there'll be a link down below, or I'll convince Fox to put one down below that way.
Think about it.
Right. But you guys can come play with us. And in our campaign, the easiest way to describe it for people that aren't used to it is it's kind of like an MMO where the players are controlling mass amounts of the world and the players set their schedule. So when you guys, like, none of the referees set up a game. What they do is the players will go and say, we need to form a party. I noticed that there's a dungeon in this hex. I want to go check it out. So Fox in here might say, hey guys, let's get a party together and go do it. We're free on these days. Okay, I've got you, and you. Let's see if we can get a referee. And then they'll ping a referee, and one of the 7 of us will come join in and see if we can run a game at that time. West March is another way of putting it. I think of it more as just the way the game was played at the very beginning. You know, Hargrave talks a lot about it. Arneson talks a lot about it. That both of them do. And it's 1-to-1 time. So like a day in the real world is a day in the game. So when your characters are in there and you've made them, they're sitting in the town, time is still progressing. They're paying taxes. They're eating, you know, whatever else.
Yeah, they're surviving. They have to go off and get new equipment. I'm about to get one of my characters to buy a camel because we're out near desert. He just bought his giant mansion shack, which is 15 feet by 15 feet, but he's a slime. He's like a slime half-caster, so he can shape his body into like fit almost anything that has an inch gap if he has no armor on, which is awesome. Slimes make for great assassins, just saying.
It's pretty cool.
Slime assassin, that would be a good way to go.
And you can also solo play in this too. So if you're waiting on a referee or nobody's available, you can just pick up the dice, the books, look at the map on the website or on Owlbear. We've got a one where you can move or you can take logs on note paper. And then at the end of a session, you just upload your play report to us, and it becomes canon in the world. As long as, you know, hopefully you don't blow it up. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. But
so if people want to become referees, how would they go about doing that?
Yeah, so the normal process, if you want to be a referee, you just request. Usually you have to be in the server for a little bit. Like we want to get to know you. And then at a certain point, after we get to know who you are, we'll set up a game for you to run one for the referees, and we'll play a game or two with you, see how fun it is. We obviously have like a document that talks about, like, here's the lore of the world. Here's what not to break of the lore, but it's a multiverse too. The easiest way, and one of the ways that you don't really have to memorize my world to be a referee in this campaign, because it's a multiverse. You can portal to other universes. You could come in, you know, once we get to know you, you've ran a game, we know that you're not going to like be a bad DM, I guess. But and that does not mean inexperienced. That means basically you're just a good person. So you'll run a game for us, and you make your own world. Hell, you can even use your own game system. And the characters from the base world of B&B or the base world of Arduin, so Fernham or Arduin or Blackmore, they can portal to your world, play a session, and then portal it back at the end of the session. You know? And all you do is, if you want them, you're the referee, you say, hey guys, I'm going to run the game in my world, convert your characters to this game system, or hey, you can keep your character sheet, but we're not going to use this rule, or whatever else you want. You know, your physics are different. Who cares? You go there, you guys play a little, and then they come back at the end of the session. You can, and you know, the more experienced referees are running games in my world, and those are usually the ones that know most of the lore. I know Jay, I think, is going to be running a game soon. I'm trying to convince him. His worlds are cool.
So, I'd say he would be amazing.
He's a pretty good DM. We're going to be portaling to one of his worlds, I think, though. So that'll be fun. He's going to be harsh, dude. We're going to die.
He knows so much about games and history as well. I know he's not going to hold anyone's hand. He's going to like, okay, you're dead now.
He's
which
much
is
more
part of the fun.
He's much more selecting about the options that he allows in his worlds. So we'll see how we get in there. I don't know if we're going to be playing our Frank Slavers and our our assassin vampires in his world, but we'll see. But But no, I mean, I'm also working on a tool soon that'll make life a little bit easier for the solo players and pretty much every player, because I'm not going to get into too much detail about it, but you'll be able to track where your character is in the world, and it'll tell you when you're on the same hex of them as them. It's going to be a little browser app that just, it'll make the campaign. My hope is we get like 1,000 players in there and get a huge game.
Amazing.
Dude, imagine we had like 40,
so cool.
40 referees, and they're all, whatever, have your own world. Some people might not like your world, then they won't play that session, but we have plenty of players and plenty of referees. I really want to build out the game of games to all of you guys. So
yeah,
anybody that hops in there, you start off with the new player role. You only get to see a couple channels. You hang out with us, hop in a game or two, and come have fun. If you want to run 5th edition, that's cool too. Half of this stuff you could probably work into your 5th edition game with a little tweaking.
Yeah,
we don't
like
care.
with statistics and stuff like the stats. It's not that difficult. At first, it looks difficult because you're in a certain mindset, but like hit dice scores, hit points. Maybe you had with 5e, maybe convert them a little bit down to be less. But
yeah,
you have your wisdom, you have your charisma, you have your strength stuff. If you want to know if your character needs a certain kind of save to port into B&B, just look at equivalent class that you have and just take those like plus 2 to sorcery or death saves.
Yeah,
and
it's
done.
Take the fighter and then just modify it a bit to be the new barbarian. So
simple, straightforward. And people, again, you don't need to get stuck in that mindset of I only can play this thing with this system because something on the cover said so.
Yeah, dude, it's at least at our table, it's a huge multiverse. Hargrave called it alternity. So I'm not going to bore everybody with the lore of how my multiverse works, but just know that at any time your characters can portal from one universe to another, and that you'll notice on the Portal to Adventure character sheet, you'll have your home universe.
Yeah.
So that'll matter. I was had some ideas for some spells in our campaign, like banishment to your own universe and stuff like that.
That would be cool. So if someone's messing around too much, one of the players might be able to cast a spell to get rid of them.
Yeah, and there's also, certain monsters that hunt beings that are not in the universe they're supposed to be in. So
okay,
we're playing around with some of that stuff, and y'all just come have fun. Really.
Yeah.
Come play some games with us. Hang out. We have movie nights. We have video game nights. My fiance's on there playing video games all the time with Jacob and John, and Fox is always me, Jay, and Baron that's on there. Ultra American TTRPGer. We got Henry. We've got so many cool people on there, and they're all different age ranges. We just obviously, be respectful to other people. We're not in there to like beat up on each other. Definitely not in there to like be weird and creepy. So, we're just trying to play games. So
don't be a dickhead for no reason.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm gonna say you're like I can't say I can.
Right.
Don't be a dickhead for no reason. Just be chill, have fun. That's all.
There's a lot of cool guys in there too. You get a chance to talk to the Arduin folks, the Emperor's Choice Games folks. Then running some Stein-like games like the Barrow-Steins. We've got Lord Mateus in there.
2 of them recently.
Yeah. I need to send invites out to like Diversity and Dragons, and we just got Shadow and Sun in the server. Dungeon Delvers in the server too. So they're all in there.
That's cool. Yeah, so you're getting like content creators and game creators and stuff all starting to come in now, because you've done a few interviews now with other people as well, and you've talked about how your games run, and they're all like, oh my god, I can't believe this kid, like, you're only 26, you have all these amazing ideas, and you're like, I've been doing this from the beginning, like 10, 11 years ago, wherever it is. Like,
we've always been like swapping games. We've had a multiverse since our superhero campaign back in like 2015 or 2016. So that was when we first started with the whole multiverse thing. And I definitely want to see like more folks come play with us, because what I really want is I want to see how y'all run your games too. Gary Gygax, I've said it on 3 shows now, but Gary Gygax in Alarms and Excursions issue number 2 talks about how if all of fantasy has been discovered and codified in rules, it will have become boring and stale. So I don't want to be boring and stale. I don't want my rules to be the end all be all. Arduin's not the end all be all. Tonnisborg's not the end all be all. OD&D is not the end all be all. 5e 2025, whatever. But what is the end all be all is tons of fun with all the games. So I think we'll have a great time.
Again, that goes to the idea of the game of games, which you talked about, which you have a great video on, which explains the idea. It's also quite popular, so I will link that as well. But again, I will link where you can find you, the Kickstarter, the Discord, everything we talked about today in the description and the pinned comment, as I always do all the time. So check it out, guys. If you want to jump into Kickstarter, again, you can jump on it. It is, again, insanely good value. And you saw us do some character creation stuff here. We're just having a bit of fun, relaxed, explaining what we're doing as we went along. There's more than one way to create a character. You can, like, if you want to go the whole Arduin route, you go that whole way. Or you can just roll 3d6 or 46, drop the lowest, and you have your character, and you combine it with the stuff from Arduin. Or you can just have a whole Arduin character using the 3d6 stuff down the line. And, whatever you prefer, whatever you want to do at your table.
Yeah. At my table, I'll probably have all three at the table. And then some of them are mixed, some of them aren't. One dude's playing with 2d6 and doesn't have a character sheet. He doesn't know what he's doing. Who cares? We know how the game's working. So
yeah, and when we done that assassin character, I'm going to go back in the video. I'm going to type everything back out. I made a few notes as well. And I made a few notes there when I put things down. So
you should totally bring that character to Dracula in space.
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea. Yeah. His stats may be low, but his flavor is high.
Character. Yeah, the character. Actual character it's so cool.
It is really cool.
I wasn't expecting that.
If only you'd imagine if you got that one and then you also rolled sired by a demon.
Oh,
so
Jacob would be jealous.
Jacob would be jealous. I think Jacob's already going to be jealous. Jacob loves vampires, dude. I can't wait to tell him. But yeah, you guys go check it out, and definitely make sure to like and subscribe to Fox's channel here. He won't say this part, but y'all need to get him past that 1,000 mark, because he's been doing awesome videos this entire time. And I don't know how else to share it other than what is it? There's some sort of percentage of you that are watching that aren't subscribed, or however that saying goes.
I don't know what it is. I think it's like 50% or 60%. It depends on each video, but I think it averages at like 55%.
It takes 2 seconds to like and subscribe. Go do it though. He's a cool guy.
But yeah, again, thank you, Matt, for doing this with me. We're friends. We talk all the time and we play. But again, check out the Kickstarter. Check out its website. We have everything linked below. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. This will be out in a day or two after we record this, so it's still fresh.
Or within a Red Bull. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add there, Matt, before we end this?
Game on and perish. I'll see you guys at the table.
You heard him.
Have a good one.
See you again. Have a good one.